Hey guys, it's Katie here with Life in the Mundane, and today I'm here with our last video. I cannot believe March is coming to a close already, but our last video on March moving madness. And today we're going to be talking about you've moved with kids, now what? Here are 5 essentials that you may not think of typically that you want to kind of keep in mind when you actually are done with the moving process and working your way into getting back into routine and back to home. So let's get started. So the first thing might seem obvious to some, but I do want to remind you it's always a good idea when you first move in to make sure to remember to review with your kids your new address and any new information if you have a new phone number or anything like that. Child safety is always a big thing with me, and so that was one of the first things that we started working on, actually just as we were driving to and from different places, and the kids are kind of getting used to the area. We would talk about what our new address was, and so just kind of reviewing that and getting that down with your kids is always a good first step. The second thing is, as you're unpacking things, try to make sure you find a home for everything as you go through. Now, this is obviously all throughout the house, but that can be super overwhelming, but especially when it comes to kid stuff, because it is very hard to go through and to declutter and organize and sort all of the kids' toys after they're already in the room. So if you just have everything kind of open and dumped in there, you're just gonna be basically moving the mess and the headache that you had in the old house into the new house. And with the new house, there's new systems, new opportunities for new ways of doing things. So take the time to actually go through and help your kids unpack their toys and clothes and things like that. Make sure that everything has a home. If you need to run to the store and grab a few boxes or crates or whatever, go ahead and do that and spend a little extra money on that up front, because having that all set up and ready to go is awesome. If you can't find a home for something, then maybe it's just time to say goodbye to it. And just really keep that in mind, that if you can set yourself up for success now, especially in those kids areas that tend to get cluttered more easily, you really will have a much easier time in the long haul. Third thing is also along those lines. Moving is an excellent time to set up a new chore system. Get that in place as soon as possible. Now, if you already were working on chores and had that practice in place before you moved, great. You may just need to do some tweaks and changes. I spent a little bit of time the week before we moved, in the evenings when I was tired of packing and just wanted rest. I sat down and just jotted out if there were any changes that needed to be made as far as maybe types of rooms. So we gained extra bathrooms in this house that needed to be clean, and then we had a few extra rooms that we didn't have in the old house that needed to be addressed. And so I adjusted that. I kind of worked slowly over time on who would be assigned what, and then we were able to jump into starting chores with our kids right away. Now, if you guys have never done chores with your kids, this could take a little bit more work. If you want to see how we do chores, I have posted a link below and above on my video kind of explaining how we set up that system. But whatever the system is, I do think this is a good time to go ahead and do it. Now, I know there's so much going on when you're first moving, but this is a habit that you will be so thankful that you started. And it helps, honestly, in the long haul. It really helps with getting your home set up, because there's going to be a lot more needs for mom when it comes to pulling things out, decorating, organizing, figuring things out. So to have some of those day-to-day chores having help with, that's going to be a huge, huge thing in the long run. So definitely try to get that in plan as quickly as possible. The fourth tip is to talk to your kids about fire safety. Again, safety is always a big deal, and so you want to make sure that they know where the meeting place is outside if something were to happen. If you have different structure, like for us, we have an additional story to our house, so we have to go over fire safety with our kids on what do we do for those of us who are on the top floor with, getting out and stuff like that. So there's just a lot of things like that. You want to make sure your kids understand, even if you don't run official fire drills or, have a full map or anything like that, you can get there to that, but make sure they know the basics of safety if it were to come to a fire, and to make sure you have all your smoke detectors working and set up on each floor. The fifth and final tip, just real quick, is to take time and enjoy your new area, town, city, state with your kids. Make a bucket list. Look at attractions around town or different stores or maybe a restaurant you want to try out or whatever it might be. make a bucket list with your kids and try to kind of work through that once a week, just taking one day a week for a few hours, taking a break from the unpacking, from the settling in, and doing something fun with your kids. This has been huge for our kids. You have to remember that our kids have been through a long process with this. And even if it wasn't long, it's a stressful process. Especially, honestly, it can be more stressful even if it's a really fast process and it was just kind of a flip overnight, 30-day or less kind of thing. So be patient with them. And even though you want to rush and get things set up so that you can feel more normal, they need that feeling of more normal too. And they don't necessarily get that from just having a household set up. So set aside some time and work through things. And they don't have to be big things or expensive things. Just little things like taking them to a local park and exploring that with them. Getting to go check out the new library, or just taking a walk around your neighborhood. Those simple things really can help them normalize things, feel more stable and secure, and pique some of their curiosity. They've had a lot of build up to this moment of this new house, and they want to see what it's like. So take that time, take a break from unpacking, and enjoy some time with your kids. So that's really fast, the 5 things that I think that you should make sure that you touch on after you move that you may be missing, and I hope you guys have found it helpful. If you have and you like videos like this, please like my video, comment, subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday on making the most of the little moments in homeschooling, home management, parenting, and everything in between. This month I've been focusing on moving, but April is coming and we're going to have a whole new slew of videos, and I'm really excited to share with you guys what's coming ahead. So we have one more video in March, and it's going to be on our productivity tool for the month, and I'm really excited to share with you guys about that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.